When I first played Ironeye, I thought he was very strong, but I didn't think he was very fun because he was a little too strong. However, sometimes you can have something that's so completely overpowered and busted that it circles back around again and becomes fun and funny due to novelty. That's why I had my chat join me as 3 different Ironeyes to conquer Limveld and the Night Lord. Was it so strong it became fun and funny? Let's find out together. To watch these runs live, subscribe or join us on Twitch. We're streaming on YouTube and Twitch now, so just turn on those notifications and you'll never miss a stream. Join the Patreon to support the channel. It's the best place to do it, and you'll get access to a Discord full of other nerds who love to run through Limveld. Tulok the Cardbarian has that good Magic the Gathering content, and Tulok the Barbarian is where the D&D stuff lives. Now, let's turn every boss in the game into a pincushion. Packet and Esme are here, and I start off taking advantage of the special bow triple shot charged attack. It absolutely wrecks the ankles of the Iron Golem. Hey, maybe getting in close with a bow isn't all that bad. I mean, it really isn't. If the boss isn't gonna kill you immediately, triples is best.
Triples makes it safe. No, triples is best.
If there is a weakness to 3 Bowie boys, it's the fact that the 3 X's don't stack. Have you ever tried to build a human pyramid with your X's? If you have, weird. I'm guessing it didn't work out. That's why you broke up in the first place. Oh, we also get a Holy Boly pretty much immediately with Barrage. It's a perfect weapon to use unless we got an Erdtree bow, since that would have a second bonus. Good Shop always has the Ritual Sword Talisman too, so if you're playing Ironeye, stop by for a great talisman. Everything just dies so fast, I have no time to talk about stuff as it dies. Crucible Knights are a little harder since their big shields have big arrow blocking potential. Pretty easy fix though, put an Ironeye on both sides. Royal Revenant in the base is no match for our healing arrows. They must be healing arrows, otherwise how are they damaging the Royal Revenant? Weird little perk of only wanting to use a bow, you just kinda get to grab all the character buffs after you get the bow you like. Unfortunately, it starts storming in the castle, so we have to go out exploring. Not sure why I was okay clearing this fort height in the rain, but oh well, we have a stone sword key for tomorrow, and I will never be punished. Ever. The Serpent Bow will give us some poison. We get a bonus to our damage against poisoned enemies because we have that relic on, for you relic perverts. Bell-Bearing Hunter goes totally fine. Sure, he has a telekinesis sword, but he can only target one of us at a time, so everyone else gets to blast them. We get thrusting counterattack as a bonus on the character that is constantly thrusting and thus constantly busting. Day 2, it's time to clean up the crucibles. Did you know their armor used to be gray steel? Lots of rust here. Honestly, even soloing a shield guy isn't all that bad. Our character ability lets us dash through for easy back shots. Loretta up top, all right. I'm done for that. We'll see who's better, real bows or fake AI bows. Yeah, I hate to say it, but Loretta loves AI, but in like a lib way. Like she'll show you an AI meme of Trump looking like a baby and be like, isn't this great? And you're like, that's some grandma Facebook level stuff. Like beyond AI being annoying and gross, this is just a super mid meme. It's really because she has so many interests outside of the internet. She hasn't really been paying attention to discourse, and all memes are inherently funny to her. Like she spends all day at the stables. She has a good heart, but explaining it to her would make you an elitist woke scold, and like, I don't know, there's just bigger issues to worry about. Get ready for a lot of rants like that because I shoot a da bow, I beat a da bad guys can only be said so many times. We're easily clearing level 15 between Golden Scarab and Crucibles. It was guaranteed. We have so many good things even though we're level 14. Finally, more runes from defeated enemies. Just what I needed. I guess we might as well spend our runes at the super shop. I grab an uplifting aromatic and the Erdtree's favor. Don't need Golden Scarab if we're max level. And the uplifting aromatic will boost our damage and give us 1 free hit against those doggies. Against Morgott, Packet goes down once. That's fine. Ironeye is the best medic in the game, in my opinion. And then Guardian, then Revenant, then Raider, Wilder, Executor, Duchess, and Recluse, if you're curious about my opinions on rezzing order. Holy Boly! will do more damage against the doggies, but it will do even more damage if we can get Gladius poisoned first. Probably should have just started with the Holy Boly. It takes so long to poison these dogs, which is wild. Dogs eat anything. It would probably be really easy to poison them in real life. Not even talking about intentionally, like, whoops, left some chocolate out, no more dog. Pretty bleak there. We win against this three-headed beast pretty easily. That's right, gamers, this video is sponsored by Raycon. Congrats, you're now living in the future. Did you know you're living in the future? I didn't, but for this video, Raycon asked us to talk about their bone conduction headphones, something I had never heard of. These are a special kind of headphone that instead of sending sound into your ear, use the bones of your ear to send sound into your brain. And that's how you hear things. Because of how the bone conduction headphones work, they are waterproof, which I did not realize was a thing. And I tested them and they worked. You can wear them in the shower and they work. And that's wild. Currently I rock them all the time, wear them around the house. They are very comfortable. They're still great headphones, even with all of the extra, waterproof bone conductivity magic. It feels like magic. It really feels like magic wearing these. They are so impressive. It's the craziest thing I have experienced in a while. They hook around the back of your ear, which you could see if I didn't have the mane of a lion, a glorious lion. They've got 13 hours of battery life, which is perfect for long flights, long car rides, bus rides, walking around town. All of that beautiful premium performance with that Raycon price. Like half of what the other guys are charging. So to get started and try out these fantastic future headphones, go to buyraycon.com/heightbc for 20% off site-wide. Again, that is buyraycon.com/heightbc. You'll be getting a quality pair of headphones and you help out the channel every time you buy something from Raycon using our link. So again, buyraycon.com/heightbc. 20% off site-wide. Now, let's get back to that Ironeye.
I need to catch more fish, baby. I need to eat more rice.
A rose is Spanish for rice. To quote Minnesota legend Mitch Hedberg, arrows are great when you're hungry and you want to eat 2,000 of something. All we have to do is find some poison. We already want to do that since our relics give us bonus damage against poison enemies.
That's it. Cut the check. We're done.
Every other character I have to come up with some ideas to make them more fun, other than Wilder, who is the best. But like, Ironeye needs to get nerfed to be more fun. Throughout the run, a lot of our allies started doing melee Ironeye builds just to mix it up, because he's too good. Banished Knights are the best castle in my opinion, but definitely the best castle for Ironeye. I guess half of them have shields, but they're thin shields. We can even use high ground to our advantage because they can't climb like we can, and because they were too stupid to have invented guns. Another round of being level 10 before the night 1 boss. Let's fight the Dukes, dear Freya. Piercing counterattack is almost always a go. Those little legs are always doing something. Our big dumb ult arrow hits both heads if you line it up right. Cut the check. I guess what I'm saying is I want Anthony Mackie as Ironeye in a Nightreign movie. Sure, I think he's great when he's given something to do, but Marvel can't figure out how to give him something to do in his own damn movie. Anyway, we're climbing up the mountain day 2. There's a bunch of dragons who get shot in the face. Didn't know the good mountain path yet, so I'm just running up the right and getting like nothing good for rewards. Doesn't matter. Still easily hit level 15. Most of the rewards are just frostbite resistance, which doesn't matter here. We came here for more dragon damage. We immediately got it. Cut the check. I will say we don't have a poison bow, so our only poison is on our ult. That is a little less than ideal. Adele is weakest to piercing damage and constantly in an attacking state, so we'll get the thrusting counter damage. I'm not nervous about this at all. Ancient Dragon would normally be annoying, but we're playing the only character in the game that is good at hitting its face, with the best type of damage against dragons and a 20% damage boost to dragons. Cut the check. Dragon time. We tank to get grabbed so everyone else can shoot it. It still gets poisoned wicked fast while we dodge all that grape lightning. And then it dies in 90 seconds. Yeah, first arrow is shot at 1:16:28 in the stream. It dies at 1:18:0. So 92 seconds. Let me give Corey a little break. Just put the whole fight in. I'll yap a little bit. Wakanda Forever should have been an Avengers movie. That's the big fix for Sam Wilson, Captain America. Have him a assemble some Avengers to help Wakanda out since they're the only Earth army that fought Thanos? Do you ever think about that? Like, the US military never interacted with Thanos or the Black Order at all. Iron Man and Spidey duke it out solo with Maw in New York. Glaive and Proxima drop into Europe, and then everyone meets up in Wakanda. Round 2 in Endgame, who comes through the portal? Wakanda. Again, no USA. Didn't have enough time. We'll pick that rant up later. Right now, I'm just shooting stuff, so yeah, okay, Black Panther 1, great movie. Biggest problem, Killmonger is way too correct, like fully correct. Dude says, hey, you have Afropunk technology and let slavery, apartheid, and segregation happen? That's bad. He's too correct. So they make him drown a basket of puppies so everyone can say, well, he's right, but his methods were too far. Then in Black Panther 2, biggest issue is side quests that take up a ton of time and add nothing to the movie. But the second biggest issue is Queen Ramonda is 1,000% right, and way too right, and it makes all the Earthbound Avengers assholes, because she's like, hey, my kid died. He was our superhero that stopped us from getting dogpiled for our resources. Now we're getting dogpiled for our resources. Y'all owe us for beating Thanos 2 years ago and being the only army to suffer any losses beyond the blip 7 years ago because no one else contributed, like, at all. So can we borrow an Avenger to stop getting dogpiled for our resources? I'm even fine with the UN being like, oh, we kind of want you to get dogpiled for your resources because we're scared of black people having vibranium. That's pretty dark, but accurate to how I think the UN would handle an African nation having a 200-year advantage on technology. So that's not my problem with the movie. My problem is the movie has this as a public hearing. It's on TV, and Sam Wilson isn't like, oh shit, I gotta get the Avengers down there. That's a Captain America move. Captain America does not work for the American government. He works for and represents the American people. So he can define his character by being like, okay, well, President says we're not helping. I disagree. Later, nerds, let me call my buddy Hawkeye. Let me call my buddy Hulk. Let me call up Doctor Strange. Clint can be retired and say, oop, I got a protege. She shoots arrows good. Kate Bishop shows up. Hulk can say, hey, I have to go to Sakaar because apparently I got some ass when I was the champion of Battle World. So now I have a kid. My cousin's on Earth, though. She's great. We get She-Hulk. And okay, Doctor Strange kind of cracks Namor's back, kind of puts the team power a little bit too much on the good Avengers side. But Baron Mordo has been hunting down sorcerers, specifically Stephen Strange, since the end of the first Doctor Strange movie. And that has not mattered at all. Guess what? Baron Mordo didn't get snapped, and he spent 5 years hitting the books hard. He's back on Stephen's level, neutralizes out Doctor Strange being on the good guy team, teams up with Namor purely because he's out to kill Stephen, just hater energy. Now, Spidey getting there is tricky because everyone forgot who he is at the end of Spider-Man 3. Easy fix. Spider-Man hears about Wakanda, world's richest nation, being invaded by a newly discovered underwater civilization, because that would make the news. He hops on a plane because he also feels like he should help. Why would he abandon the neighborhood if he's the neighborhood Spider-Man? Because it's an Avengers movie and I want to see Spider-Man web swinging through Wakanda. Okay, but he's broke as shit, so he has to sneak onto a plane with his spider powers. That would be a fun sequence, add a little levity. Now we're adding a lot to the movie that's already pretty busy, but how do we handle that? Easy. Just don't plug the Thunderbolts for the 4th time. Black Widow post-credit scene, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Hawkeye and Wakanda Forever. We have 4 fucking Thunderbolts teases. And you know which Thunderbolt is in Wakanda Forever? None of them. Fucking none of the Thunderbolts are even in that movie. Why the fuck were they teasing Thunderbolts right now? I felt like I was going insane. It's 20 minutes of the movie setting up another movie that has nothing to do with this movie. And Wakanda Forever is still pretty goddamn good because Ryan Coogler just kind of cooks. Dude cooks, and he will always cook. Sinners is what happened when you get your ass out of the way and let that man cook. Dude's lead actor died after the script was done. Latita Wright shut down production because she refused to follow COVID safety. Marvel demanded a 20-minute advertisement for the Thunderbolts and a 20-minute advertisement for Ironheart, and he still delivered a B+ movie? That's insane. So Coogler deserves an Avengers movie. For all the, we're hiring a diverse team of directors for our movie talk that Marvel likes to do, they have yet to let a director handle a story that isn't directly tied to their identity. Like when a woman's directing, hero's a woman. When a black man's directing, cast is black. When an Asian man's directing, it's an Asian cast. All the Avengers movies got white dudes. So let your best director, I'd say Ryan Coogler is the best director in Marvel's Rolodex, direct a fucking Avengers movie, you horses' asses. Pretty sure the bugs are dead now. So our Avengers team would be smaller. It's Captain America, Shuri, Panther, Bishop, Hawkeye, She-Hulk, Spider-Man, probably Bucky. Dude's gotta call Buck. Oh, and the new Falcon. I don't care about the new Falcon, but he can come too. Ant-Man, Wasp, and Stature could get a call. I don't know if they're critically important, but if you want more Avengers, grab them. I think you keep the team smaller. Oh, Hulk knows Shang-Chi from the post-credits of Shang-Chi. So Sam calls and have Bruce be like, oh, I got 2 great ideas for you, because I definitely want to see Shang-Chi throw hands with Namor. Thor and Captain Marvel are off doing space stuff. enough. They can't come. They'd be too strong. That's fine. Then we get Namor, Baron Mordo, and fuck it. I'm throwing Kraven on the team. I'm doing it. And that's our new Avengers fighting our new bad Avengers. It's how you end a phase. It wouldn't feel like you just ended a phase because everyone was bored by half the output and you flooded everyone's attention span with shows that they couldn't tell were important. And then you crunched your CGI team, which led to them looking super cheap. Writing wasn't terrible yet at this point. This was before Secret Invasion. I love that when I'm talking about this, half of you are probably like, dude, I don't know who anyone you're talking about is. God, Marvel has fallen off. And not because of woke, it's because they made TV, and TV's really good now. I liked the Hawkeye show fine enough. I'm not telling any of my friends to watch it when I could tell them to watch Barry, Succession, Fallout, The Bear, all the Flanagan Netflix shows. God, those are so good and underwatched. Bly Manor, Hill House, Midnight Mass. Still haven't watched House of Usher, but Peacemaker, also great. Like, Marvel shows I would put in the tier of recommend are WandaVision, Agatha, Loki, and Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel is also docked because they made her have Green Lantern powers, which is so fucking weird. The character came out in 2012. It's less than 20 years old. In comic terms, that's an infant. Why are you changing her stuff up already? But then you got your good, not great shows like Hawkeye, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, your fine shows, Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Echo, and then the dog shit Secret Invasion. And you can't compete at home. You could compete in theaters because people forgot how to make movies after Avatar came out. So a solid B every 3 months that rewarded you for seeing the last solid B, that was fun. It made going to the movies fun. Then people didn't see movies in a theater for 2 years for some reason, right after you had a movie with The End in the title and tried to compete with TV, which people figured out how to make really good. So anyway, that's Wakanda Forever, a movie that didn't need to be fixed because it was already pretty good, but it should have been an Avengers movie if you want Sam Wilson to be Captain America, because they're really not treating him like he's Captain America. There's no respect for him.
It goes on and on and on and on.
Why is he fighting Hulk villains from the Incredible Hulk movie we asked everyone to forget existed for 15 years? Why is our Captain America telling everyone they need to be nice to the president because presidents are important and the US government is good and trustworthy? Especially when in his show, he met a second Captain America that was a black guy the government did experiments on for decades and jailed. Well, at least that guy isn't in Captain America 4. Oh wait, that's the guy that Sam is telling to respect the government and the president? That's the guy he's saying that to? Is he stupid? Why is Sam Wilson the one to pick up the dangling Celestial in the ocean plotline from the Eternals? Why is the Celestial made of adamantium? Why is the movie introducing adamantium chock full of Hulk shit and not Weapon X shit? Why is the country the US is fighting over the adamantium with Japan and not Canada? Why doesn't Sam call Bruce Banner if he's dealing with Thunderbolt Ross? I'm not even talking about the Red Hulk shit. I'm talking about regular Thunderbolt Ross. Like, hey buddy, I'm talking to that guy who attacked you with the military for 6 years. I'm trying to convince my previously tortured by the government friend that the government is nice. Can you give me some tips? Because I feel like based Banner would be like, Sam, what the fuck are you talking about? And maybe Sam would be like, oh yeah, this is way out of character. Why do I think Captain America works for the government? Wasn't I introduced in Captain America and the Winter Soldier, a movie where Captain America makes it clear he doesn't work for the government, became a fugitive and recruited me specifically to stop the bad government? Wasn't the second movie I was in, Captain America Civil War, where me and Captain America specifically disobeyed the government? No, my second movie was Ant-Man. But wasn't my TV show about how the government is kind of bad installed their own Captain America that I had to fight because he was bad? Shouldn't I, Sam Wilson, maybe not be doing Black Ops for the government without knowing why I'm doing the missions I'm doing? And after Sam says all of that into the phone, Bruce could say something like, yeah, buddy, the fuck? The president asks Sam to assemble some Avengers. Sam, what were you doing for the past 2 years? Did the Avengers even break up? I know the actors have a group chat because making Avengers movies is an intense process and being an Avenger actor is intense. So like, I feel like the actual Avengers might have a group chat. Earlier, I said Sam could call Bruce for Wakanda Forever and have Bruce explain he's got to be in space, but I disagree. I don't think we need that scene because I, as an audience member, could suspend my disbelief and assume that the Avengers are capable of being like, hey, I met this Shang-Chi guy who kind of rocks shit at karate. Can I add him to the Discord? And Sam is just the moderator of the Discord who's like, sure, that's assembling Avengers now. Literally Doctor Strange being like, I met this cool kid who punches portals into other dimensions. Her moms are gay. Isn't that cool? Nobody called Wanda like, hey buddy, heard your husband died, and then Grimace rewound time in front of you to kill him again. Want to get some White Claws and talk about it? Why does Sam suck so much shit if he's Captain America?
It's long. Been much too long. I feel it coming on.
Also, why are we even introducing adamantium into 616 if we have no plans to recast the X-Men? I like Deadpool and Wolverine just fine. It's a fun movie. It's a nightmare for continuity, though. Wolverine's a character that doesn't age. Hugh Jackman's been playing him for 25 years, and now Hugh Jackman does age. He's got that rich person aging power where it happens slower, but he does age, which is addressed pretty well in Logan, that movie where his regen is shutting off and he dies. It's a really great send-off for the character. It's also the third send-off for the character. X-Men 3 is bad, but it's called The Last Stand. And then they were like, yeah, that sucked. So First Class got a sequel called Days of Future Past. And that was about doing a proper farewell to the Fox X-Men. Good. They deserved it. And then Logan happened and was the second proper farewell. Third total farewell for Wolverine. And then they just brought him back, which, hey, it's fun to see him with Deadpool. And it's fun to make jokes about how they're never going to let him retire. But then the credits played Green Day's Time of Your Life, aka Congrats on Graduating High School, the song, with behind the scenes shots of the whole Fox Marvel universe to do a third farewell for the Fox Marvel universe, fourth total farewell to Wolverine. And like, okay, we're done. Get Steve Harrington to be Cyclops. Let's do a 616 X-Men timeline. Then they announced the Doomsday's cast. And hey, what if we just did a fourth farewell to the Fox Marvel universe because all the fucking Foxmen are back? Do you know why they stopped making the Foxmen movies? Because half of them were bad. A ratio Disney seems determined to hit themselves. Unfortunately, nothing new can ever be made anymore. Everything has to be nostalgia bait for Gen X and millennials and say, remember Tobey Maguire? Remember Andrew Garfield? Yeah, I do. You did a Spider-Verse movie where all three Spider-Men were just Peter Parker. The variation is one has a body webs and one is the guy from The Social Network. Fun movie, don't get me wrong, don't hate it, but you're trying to build a universal multiverse and you're not doing anything to separate the universes other than, well, in this universe a Spider-Man happened in 2001, and in this universe a Spider-Man happened in 2013. Whoa, crazy. There was a better Spider-Verse movie where one of them's a fucking Looney Tune and one of them's a Gundam, and it's the best one. It's the best Spider-Man, and someone already made it. No Way Home is just worse Spider-Verse, but some people like it more because their tummies feel nice when someone says their childhood was good. Childhood is good because you have no responsibilities and you haven't seen anything yet. Nostalgia is brain poison, and we'll never get any new warm feelings in our tummy because you keep throwing up the food you ate and eating it again instead of going out to try something new. We actually have new actors. Mahershala Ali won an Oscar and used that clout to beg to be Blade. But Marvel can't figure out how to make a movie where a guy kills vampires in a sick way. So Ryan goddamn Coogler had to show them how to do it and has the audacity to put Michael B. Jordan, a vampire, in a black tank top, spraying blood everywhere, and you said no to that. Sinners was a Blade pitch that they said no to because it didn't fit in their timeline, you morons. Instead, let's put Wesley Snipes' Blade into Deadpool 3. That's better. Yay, remember Elektra? The bad one? You can't even sell a Fantastic Four movie anymore. That's how dire things are. Opening weekend was fine, but the week to week, that shit has dropped because your brand is associated with lazy nostalgia bait and sloppy CGI. Even though half your characters have to be made by computers, you don't think it's important to pay the computer people. But okay, let's make RDJ Dr. Doom pay him over $100 million to do it, because now we're trying to get people nostalgic for what, 2019? You're making a live action Moana. The cycle cannot be this fast to farm nostalgia. If you want your movies to be profitable, here's an idea. $100 million is the entire budget, not one actor's salary. It's $10 million more than Sinners, which looked fantastic. Sure, a Captain Marvel movie is going to be a little more visually complicated than making the Reconstruction South, but here's a pitch. Don't make a sequel to your billion-dollar superhero movie that's actually a sequel to 3 different Disney Plus shows that people might not have watched. Take your time, see what audiences are watching. Don't greenlight sequels to things that haven't come out yet. I loved 2 of the shows that movie was a sequel to. Didn't see it in theaters though because I hadn't watched the homework that was Secret Invasion. And then I tried watching the first episode and like, God, it's homework. Stop giving us homework. You are a dessert factory. Make dessert. It's too late though. We're actually getting dessert, but everybody remembers the last time they got homework instead of dessert, so nobody wants a sundae. Thunderbolts rips, even if it continues the trend of dunking on Sam Wilson they seem to be so obsessed with. Fantastic Four was also really fun, but that's also saddled with the burden of being a Fantastic Four Thor movie, which everyone knows are generally pretty terrible. And again, everyone thinks they're going to be homework. So going into Doomsday, I don't think it will be a big hit. Maybe it'll do some numbers, but I think this is a Justice League situation where the movie's going to be mid to bad following a string of movies people didn't care about, and it's going to lose a bunch of money. There's a bunch of reports from actors on set that they don't know who they are in scenes with because they are shooting everything isolated on a green screen. They don't know if they're done filming because the script is not done. But also everyone got sent home because they're just going to try and cut a movie together and fix it with reshoots. Oh no. This whole thing started off being so successful because of the novelty of a shared universe that they stole from Kevin Smith. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back was the original Endgame and it was glorious, but everything was tight. Everyone knew what they were heading towards and a few bumps could be paddled over because something fun and novel was around the corner. Age of Ultron was kind of mid. That's okay. We'll do Civil War next year with a new Spider-Man, not just Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield back to make the millennials happy. Thor 2 was boring. Okay, Captain America Winter Soldier is going to be hype as shit. Captain America is going to fight a Terminator. Now it's like, oh, if you didn't like Ironheart, don't worry. All the Fox men are coming back. They're going to look really old, tired, and confused. They're making The Hobbit. That's it. It's the difference between Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and poor fucking Ian McKellen got trapped in both.
I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready to let go.
At least the DCU seems to be off to a solid start. I think Superman was a home run in terms of quality, and it was profitable. Not a big billion-dollar blaster, but it's climbing on the corpse of the Snyderverse, so I'll give it a pass. Who would want to see a DC movie after Shazam 2, Anti-Vax Boogaloo, Child Abductor Flash, and 2 Aqua 2 Man? Middling overseas numbers aside, it's pretty great to see a base hit, which is how the MCU started. Iron Man wasn't like Avatar. It was a pretty big hit, but it didn't change the game in terms of box office numbers. Captain America and the first Thor movie just did all right. Then the Avengers is what blew the doors off the place. We'll see where Supergirl lands. The script is being mostly adapted from Woman of Tomorrow apparently, which is a great Supergirl run. Momoa is perfect casting as Lobo instead of Aquaman. You know what kind of sucks? Henry Cavill would have been great as Aquaman. He's British, looks regal as fuck. He's built like a brick shithouse. Like they could never recast a Superman into an Aquaman. That just wouldn't work. But if we never got Snyder's dogshit universe, Cavill would have been a great Arthur Curry. I feel like Momoa Lobo will work better since they'll do some big makeup and hairstyling, whereas Cavill would just be getting highlights to be Aquaman. So overall, I think I'm saying that it's kind of sad Marvel's gonna die with a wet fart, but I'll be stoked to see some consistently good DC movies. I'd like Melissa Barrera from The Screams to get jacked and be Wonder Woman. Would also be very funny to me if Wonder Woman went from an IDF soldier to someone who got fired for saying Free Palestine. Honestly, hope they just merge Pattinson in there. I do think he's great, and having 2 Batman universes running at the same time feels stupid. Just seems like something your parents wouldn't get, and your movies should be something your parents understand. Love that we're gonna have multiple lanterns. Green Lantern is hype, just not when he's supposed to be using stretchy powers like Miss Marvel. Speaking of, get Ben Schwartz as Plastic Man. Oh hey, the video's done. Ironeye's cool and fun in a very turn your brain off and have some second monitor show going. He's just so easy, and that can be appealing. I'd rather have a bit more of a struggle to get things done, but if I ever need to clear a super boss or just get currency or something, I could see myself booting up Ironeye while I binge some old sitcom. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, subscribe for more. We will be more focused on the video topic when I don't just steamroll the game. Check us out on Patreon. That's the best place to support us and the best place to hop into games with us, both Commander and Nightreign. Check out Tulok the Cardbarian if you like Magic the Gathering. That's where we're making some Magic the Gathering videos, and Tulok the Barbarian if you like D&D.